Hello, I am Sara Ayler and I'm from SoftFlexCompany.com. I'm the sales and marketing manager here at SoftFlex, and we are launching a whole bunch of new things this week and last week that I wanted to tell you about. First and foremost, we have a big event coming up this weekend. We are going to be part of the Great Bead Extravaganza, and that is happening on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page and Facebook group. You can go either place to catch all of the action. It is 14 different small businesses in the beading industry coming together for one big virtual online event. And I'm just trying to take a look and see. I think Kristen has the show schedule here so we can kind of look at what's coming up. So it's coming up. Preview night is Friday, February 18th. I believe preview night starts at 5 p.m. You'll be able to find it on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page. That's where we're streaming to, but we will try to share it onto our SoftFlex company page as well as our Facebook group. So it's easy to find. And that'll be a little preview into all the cool things that you can learn over the weekend with the 14 different companies that are participating. Each one will have an hour-long tutorial, and many of them will have giveaways and sales and all kinds of really neat things to do. And so we are on Saturday, which is the 19th. We are from 1:30 p.m. Pacific to 2:30 p.m. Pacific, or 4:30 p.m. Eastern to 5:30 Eastern. So you can catch us then, and you can actually print out this schedule right in the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group. So make sure you join the group and are ready to go. I see we have one other thing here. This is our big sale for the week. Kristen and I are featured presenters. We're so excited. Kristen's going to be using the kit that many of you bought, which is our Tucson inspired kit. And some of the beads from the kit did load up today for sale if you want extra beads. I probably won't look at too many of them, and we'll save that for Saturday when we open the kit and she makes her design using it. But you can get this deal as of today, $10 off an order over $49, $15 off an order over $69, and $20 off an order over $99. And that is going to be our big deal for the whole week going into Great Bead Extravaganza. Yeah, so let me bring you up here to me. Hi, everybody. How are you? I see that beautiful orchid behind me. My aunt passed away. I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I'm going to just say a few words before I get going. It's been a rough couple of weeks with her being sick and then inevitably passing away. She was my mother's younger sister by 14 months and therefore was a second mom to me in some ways, as was my other aunt that's just a little older than my mom. And she was just a really kind, lovely person. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but I wanted to mention it today just so you know why I'm possibly a little discombobulated. So I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to bead because it's been probably about 3 weeks since I've made a project because we had Cassandra Spicer visit with us 2 weeks ago. Last week I had to take off so my mom could fly. My mom lives with us and helps take care of my kids while I'm working, and she needed to fly out to Montana to be there for her family. And so I stayed back here and took care of the kiddos and took some time off from work. So I haven't beaded in such a long time. And there is no better therapy than beading or making art of some kind. And I made lots of art, but it was kid art, which is good too. But I am ready to open up some beads and make something today with all of you. Thank you for all the sweet messages. I really, really appreciate it. She was diagnosed with a pretty extreme illness a month or two ago, and but we thought we had a lot more time, but unfortunately she did catch COVID and it sort of shortened everything. So it went very quickly and unexpectedly. Even though we knew this time was maybe coming, it was still a little tough. So thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your patience today as I'm kind of working through the grieving process. And I love all of you, and I missed all of you more than you'll know. So I'm excited to be here, and the show kind of goes on. When you work for a small business or manage a small business, things just do not slow down. You know, everything has to kind of keep going. And I think maybe that's for the best in this situation, because we do work in such a beautiful creative industry. I think it's going to be really helpful this next week to be busy with this and then jumping into a Great Bead Extravaganza weekend. So while I was away, my friends in the office, Kristen and James and Thomas and Damien, all my friends, worked hard, and they added a lot of new products. And we missed out on seeing some of the new products that went up last week. And so I'm going to show you those, and then I'm going to show you what we launched today. And I think we'll make something. Like I said, I think that will be really, really lovely. So coming up this weekend, we've got our big Tucson event. And you'll see a lot of the exhibitors are doing things that are Tucson related. For instance, I saw some beautiful beads from Humble Beads that were Tucson inspired. And then I know some of our other friends there are doing Tucson or Southwest jewelry inspired things too. So we have a few things that I wanted to point out to you that you might want to add to your collection as you're thinking about making your Southwest design. That will work well not only with our kit, which is sold out. You can also use it with, you get a tissue. You can also use it with all the other things that you're purchasing from all of our fun friends there at the Great Bead Extravaganza. We short-stranded some gorgeous turquoise rounds. So you can buy, one or two, make a pair of earrings. They're in that smooth set. And then we have some smaller ones that are faceted. And these are Sleeping Beauty turquoise, which are getting harder and harder to find because that mine is no longer operating, is my understanding. And we also sweet Rosa, short-stranded some Sleeping Beauty turquoise beads here too. I think these ones might have sold out, but we still have these squares left if you want to grab a set of those. And she also short-stranded these really beautiful green turquoise pieces. They're really, really sweet. And I feel like they're kind of hard to tell in the picture how pretty they are. They're really, really pretty. Oh, and by the way, this bracelet is from my Galentine, Susan. And Susan, I don't know if you're watching, but if you watch this later too, and I hope you see it, I just wanted to tell you how very happy getting your Galentine package was. It really cheered me up because I was having a tough time and I had forgotten all about it. And I popped it open and out came this beautiful sparkly piece. So thank you so much for getting that in the mail to me. And I hope that you enjoy the bracelet that I sent you as well. Did you guys enjoy getting your Galentine's bracelets? Who got a Galentine gift? I would love to hear how it went. Kristen saying she bought herself some of that Sleeping Beauty turquoise and diamonds. Yes. And Maria's saying Sleeping Beauty. Yes. So pretty. Oh, good. I see Rosalinda got hers and she loves it. Terrific. I'm so glad. That was really fun. And I hope that Jesse James Beads and Softflix Company can continue to throw those little parties because I think they add add a little bit of joy to an otherwise sometimes dreary life. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you love whatever bracelet you ended up with if you were doing the exchange. Another thing we added recently is we added these Melon Drops, which are fun. They're in 4 different colors, a beautiful red, a clear and gold, and a silver and turquoise, which is, I think, super fun for your Southwest designs, especially these 3 together. You could do something really fun. And then this beautiful purple, we were thinking might go with some of our Very Peri materials. So we'll be looking at that next. That's what launched today. So we've got some of those in the shop. And then also these beautiful Czech glass rondelles. We've got 4 beautiful colors. There's kind of a, what would you call that color? It's gold, but it's more of like a green gold, like an olive gold. And then a red and a black and a turquoise. So really, really beautiful little section of colors there. We, of course, have all of our fun cowboy-themed charms from Tierra Cast. Tierra Cast just jumped in head first into Southwest this year, and their new launch for Tucson this year was desert-inspired, Southwest-inspired components. And so you're probably going to see some of those, I imagine, with 1 or 2 of the exhibitors this weekend. And these are going to go great with those pieces. So you might want to stock up on those while you can. They come in silver, gold mostly, and then the little feathers come in some other metallic tones. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Oh, and one last thing. The hearts. We used this heart in a bright gold in our Galentine's kit, and it sold out. So then I was able to get it in an antique gold, and that just recently went up on the website. If you wanted to grab some of those antique gold hearts, whether it's Valentine's Day or not, hearts are always a good thing, right? I love the charms too. Let me bring them up close. They're super fun. So I think I'm going to be doing a wrap bracelet this weekend. At least that's what I promised Kristen I would do. We'll see what happens. But I haven't planned it out yet. I need to do that next. Like I said, I'm pretty behind from all of a sudden needing to take a whole week off. So I'm catching up. Hopefully I'll have a project for Saturday. But I know Kristen posted a little quick picture of her project, and it looks fantastic. So she'll be opening up the Great Bead Extravaganza Tucson design kit. If you have one, you can bead along with her, or you can make your own designs. And we will do a normal design challenge with it. So if you have one, plan to post your designs into the Softflex VIB group so that you can enter to win another kit. And if you haven't gotten one yet, we still have some Supernovas left. If you want to check out Supernova and bead with us, kit day is not next week, right? Is it next week? It cannot be next week. I haven't beaded since last kit day. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. So we're opening this next Wednesday, a week from today. So grab your Supernova design kit, and you can bead with me next Wednesday and join in on the fun there. Okay, so today we're launching our Very Peri selection. So we do not have an official periwink color here at Softflex. However, we do have a beautiful tanzanite and a beautiful amethyst. And I think when they're together, they would work well with any Very Peri item you can find out there. And so I put them together as a duo, and you can now buy this at softflexcompany.com. We are doing an introductory 10% off when you buy the duos. You get a little bit of discount to get both colors. And I think it runs about $14 for the 2 spools. So there are 2 10-foot spools, one in each of those 2 beautiful colors. And so we will be using that a lot this spring and summer, and even maybe into the fall, as that is the color of the year, declared from Pantone. And so we're going to be using a lot of Very Peri and a lot of Tanzanite for sure. So we worked with Jesse James Beads and put together a beautiful bead mix to work with our Very Peri duo. You can find that on the website now. It's got some beautiful floral tassels. It's got these really gorgeous, like etched, I don't know if they're Czech glass beads or what they are, but they just grab my eye every time I'm looking at it. There are 4 of those in there. It's got some gorgeous, really light colored, soft purple crystals. And then it's got a bunch of metallics. It's even got a little silver lobster clasp in it. And of course, some of their well-known caged beads. Very sparkly piece there. I've got 2 of those, and some faux pearls, and some Tanzanite colored or Very Peri colored glass beads as well. So really beautiful, stunning mix. They made this just for Softlex. And then we paired it with a chain that has some little enamel pieces hanging from it that are a Very Peri color. So I'm going to break open that chain today, I think, and maybe just tiptoe back into jewelry design, maybe making a pair of earrings or, you know, something that isn't going to stress my brain out too much. But I also grabbed out some other things that are in that same family of colors. Rosa added some beautiful short strands of Tanzanite last week. They come in a few different varieties. So this was the 2 bead version, but I feel like she had a 5 bead version, possibly. Very affordable. Tanzanite is also a hard to come by stone. So that can be a nice opportunity to grab just a little bit of Tanzanite and get it in your next design. She short stranded some amazing amethyst, this really beautiful light purple amethyst. Look at how pretty that is. We've got those on the website, as well as these ovals. Did I tell you they put a lot of new stuff on the website while I was gone? A ton of new stuff went on the website. It's just like a lot, because we have a Great Bead Extravaganza coming up. We always like to kind of beef things up right before. We have these from last year, which are still up online and available. And I think we can even restock these. They're carrier beads, and they're 2-hole beads in that beautiful purple color. I think I used these in a GBE, TGBE. But I pulled those out because those could work well with this color palette. And then, of course, we've got these great ceramics, too, that you can still find on the website in a short rounds or the long oval shape in a beautiful, beautiful purple color. So we're taking Very Peri and sort of making a whole color palette out of it rather than just focusing on the one color. And so this will be kind of our salute to Very Peri, and we are excited to share it with you all. So let's make something with this chain, because I think the chain's really fascinating. It's really pretty. It's something we don't normally carry, and so that's kind of exciting for me. And I was noticing you could decompose it. You don't have to use it as one long piece. You know, you can trim it and make individual pieces. And I was thinking how pretty it might be if I were to make just kind of a drop and then maybe hang a bead above it, or I don't really know. I just kind of wanted to play around with that. So first I'm going to cut this little piece off here. You could just connect Softlex right to this and crimp it if you wanted to make like a really nice long necklace and have this just hang down. you could totally do that. You could also make a fun little dangle bracelet. This would make a great anklet too, without a lot of fuss or muss, you know. There's a lot of stuff you can end up doing, but I'm going to cut off this very end piece here and see what it looks like when I get like a single piece alone. So I'm going to get in close, but leave a little bit of a space between that last bead. So there I've got now just a dangle. You can decide, do you want 2 dangles? Do you want to go real big on an earring and have 3 dangles? You could just dangle this from an ear wire and it would look really pretty. I think I'm going to add a bead at the top. I'm thinking about this really sparkly bead because really sparkly beads make me happy, and I could really use like a little bit of sparkle joy today. So I'm thinking that might work. It's going to be a long dangle as my only apprehension, but I do like 3 more than 2. I feel like 2's not enough. So let's try it. And this time I'm going to cut. I can do it 2 ways. I can leave that little jump ring, which might be easier to attach to, and cut it off at the bottom here. Or I can cut the jump ring and attach just to that little metal component. Let me see how the wire does going through this little piece here. Yeah, it goes through quite nicely, which is good. Fits through nicely. So I think I'll save that loop and just cut or save that last chink of the chain there. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut at the loop here. There you go. And then that's no longer hooked on there. So I even have an extra little dangle that I can use for something else. But I freed 3 little pieces of the chain that I can now, let me make sure this is, there it goes. It's kind of caught on there. I don't know why this is caught. Oh, there it goes. I don't want to rip it, but now we got it. Okay, so let's take that. And then I got to decide, is this too big of a piece? Let's get a little piece of wire out. Do I want to use the tanzanite wire or do I want to use the amethyst wire? I think I'll use the amethyst since these colors all kind of correspond. Okay, so I'm going to string my wire through that little top loop. And I think in this case, I'll just center it, although it probably will just fall over the top of it. Let me see what happens. Well, it kind of just sits there, which I don't mind. It's not bad. And then do I like how that's hanging? Let's see. Let's look at length here. Donna says, do you make your jewelry to match your clothes or buy your clothes to match your jewelry? Oh, I do both. I think that's kind of a fun length. I don't think it would bother me. Let me see if it's easier to see on this side. Yeah, I think I like that. I do both, Donna. Sometimes I buy jewelry or I make jewelry and then I'm like, ooh, that top looks so good with it. Sometimes I make or I buy something and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to wear with this, which really rarely happens because I've made so much jewelry over the years. It's kind of, that's a rare occasion when I don't have something to wear with it that will work, for sure. Mandy says it's gorgeous. Thank you, Mandy. Thanks for being here. Andrea, welcome from Montana. My family's in Montana. That's where my mother just got back from. We have some family in Billings, actually. So this is a big hole bead. So what I'm going to do, I think, just to ensure I don't have any problems, is I'm going to slide this piece down there and let this sit on top of it. And then I'm going to slide one on top. And that way, when I crimp it, I don't have to worry about the crimp going through that big hole. And it'll just give it a little bit of metal. Now, another option is I could use any one of these bead caps. There's a bunch of bead caps in this particular mix that look really nice. They do have kind of big holes. That's my only concern. So you don't want it to slide down over that piece. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to crimp it on the bottom just to be certain that I don't have a slider. So I'm going to get out my crimps. I'm going to use silver crimps today, Softlex sterling silver crimps. They're 2x2 millimeter in size. And they are our Softlex crimps, which are super thick and super strong. If you guys are enjoying this video, please click like. That really helps us to build our connections, especially when I've been out for a while. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all of these social websites, if you're not posting really regularly your content, they just kind of downgrade you quickly. And so a nice like on this video or a thumbs up through YouTube would be fantastic. It's just a really nice way to let us know that you're enjoying what we do as well. So I just crimped using the magical crimpers. I'll go over that step by step next, but I used that 2x2 millimeter crimp tube to basically bend it into a little metal ball and then attach to the chain. And now I can kind of play around with some of these pieces to see, are they going to sit okay on that ball? Let's see. Once I get this bigger guy on, I bet that will sit just fine. Ooh, that looks pretty. I like those two together. I have one other one I can try here. There's a lot of metal in this mix. There's this one, which is a little bit bigger and rounder. Which bead cap do you guys prefer with this earring? Do you think the flatter one on top, so we'll say top, or bottom, or the more, I don't know, jets out just a little bit more on the bottom? Which do you prefer, the top or the bottom? Thank you, Kim. Comments like that are so appreciated. Kim says the only crimps I use are Softlex. They're absolutely the best. Okay, see a top, bottom, bottom, bottom. Oh, lots of bottoms. Okay, I'll go with bottom. I liked the top one a little better too, Donna. But we'll go with the first bit of consensus here. Thank you, everyone. I really missed all of you. I had a really nice time spending extra time with my kids. We went to an Old West town here in California and did a little bit of California history. And we had a lot of fun learning about the Ice Age and I mean, we did a lot. We're learning about sea animals and dolphins this week. But I like having time in my job as well. I like my job. So, I mean, I like time off, but I like it. I like to be here. So I missed everyone, and I definitely missed beading, just when you have 3 kids though, and you are the main caregiver, because my husband's busy working and my mom was gone, you just don't have a lot of time. I mean, it just all day is someone needs orange juice, someone needs a diaper changed, someone needs, a hug, someone needs you to read a book. It's just like, oh my goodness. It's a busy day. So there wasn't much time to bead. And then by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh, I just want to put my feet up. You know what I mean? Have you had little kids, or do you have grandkids that keep you busy? Tyann says she totally understands. Yeah, so this ability to be able to do this while I'm working as a mom of 3 little kids is just such a blessing. It just really is such a blessing to have that ability. Okay, so I'm going to string this right onto my ear wire. And this is a shoulder duster. Ooh, I wonder if I might wear these for TGBE this weekend. Show off my Very Peri collection here. So exciting. Yeah, I'm going to make another one, and then we will probably head out, and I will see you for preview night on Friday night. Let me throw that back up again for those who missed it at the beginning. The Great Bead Extravaganza is happening this weekend, and Kristen and I will be there together, and we will be there on Saturday. First will be preview night, Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Kristen and I will have an hour presentation at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, which is February 19th. But look at all these other great people that you can also watch Saturday and Sunday. You'll be able to find these videos on the Great Bead Extravaganza page, as well as in the Facebook group in the featured section, just like we normally do. And then you can also find it on the page for easier access and for sharing. If you want to share it with your favorite jewelry making group or your family, you can share it from the page that we just created. So you'll see Andrew and Candy and Kate and Jill and Nile, and it's just going to be a really, really fantastic time. And then don't forget, we started this brand new sale today, $10 off over $49, $15 off over $69, and $20 off over $99. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. I can't wait to get going. So I'm looking here, and it looks like I need to cut off here. So when you've got this beautiful chain like this, you want to be real careful that you're choosing to cut, the least amount possible to get the job done. So really be thoughtful about where you end up cutting it. There we go. And that'll give me a nice little connection at the bottom. And then I still have a ton of chain left. I don't know, Thomas or Kristen, do you know how many inches of chain this is? It seems like a lot. Let me get back to the comments. Oh, good. Kim says she's so excited for this weekend. Yeah. Who here has been to a Great Bead Extravaganza before? And what do you think others who haven't been should prepare for? I think they should prepare a notebook to take notes. The chain is pre-cut into 18-inch lengths. Very nice. That's great. Thanks, Thomas. You should bring a notebook to take notes and make sketches because there's so much information. It's a lot to take in. And it's also very inspiring. And so it's nice to have somewhere to kind of hold all of that inspiring information so that you can refer to it later. But it is just such a neat event. And I'm really looking forward to it. Also bring water, have snacks handy. Yes, for sure. I agree, Kim. Yes, Becky says it's an exciting weekend. Yeah, it is. Oh, Lydia has gone to all of them. Definitely make notes because it can be a little overwhelming. It's a little like really going to Tucson or Bead and Button because there's just so much information. Rosalinda's saying you can have your mind blown with information and inspiration. Yeah, and the nice thing about it too is you don't have to watch it all live. You can always come back and watch certain ones later. However, the thing is that a lot of the presenters do things live that you can't, like giveaways and things that can't be reproduced. So that's the tough part. You might miss out on something if you're not there during the live. Yeah, live viewers might win something fun. That's kind of the issue, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to string this on, and I'm going to string it to the center, like so. And then I'm going to take both wires, and I'm going to string on my 2x2 millimeter Softflex crimp tube. It comes in multiple different metal tones, including gold-filled, copper, and black, oxidized, as well as the sterling silver. And then I'll bring it down. Now, I kind of want to pay close attention to my other earring to make sure I'm making a loop that is pretty similar here. And it looks like I am. And then straighten out your wires so you get a nice, clean, straight connection. And then you're going to take your magical crimpers, which you can also get at softflexcompany.com. Center that crimp tube inside of that little divot half dome hole inside the plier. Center it, and then when you feel it kind of notch down in there, you go ahead and compress. The first time around should give you what, everybody? A ravioli. And then we are going to crimp the other direction next. So I'm going to turn it on its side and crimp this way too. You know, the nice thing about TGBE too, other, you know, different than going to Tucson or the Great or Bead and Button, is your feet don't hurt at the end of the day. And that is really nice. Your butt might hurt. I suggest you strap a desk onto a treadmill so you get some exercise. but yeah, it's nice, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of information. Let's see what Teresa has to suggest. I have been to each one. Yes, definitely a notebook, drinks, snacks. Sometimes it's easier to watch first and then go back and watch again and make with the kit. That's a really good point, because then you can pause and start and pause and start, and you'll kind of have an idea of what everyone's been doing. Lydia had ravioli for dinner last night. Did you think of me, Lydia? Like, I wonder what Sarah's up to. Becky says she needs to get an alarm clock because she's been getting up late and she's going to miss some really important lives. Yep, you better get that handled. Okay, so I've got my crimped bead. So this is now really solidly attached, and I can string on my bead cap, my bead, and my topper. So speaking of Arizona, 2 weeks from today, I will be in Arizona. My family is going to be visiting my in-laws, my kids' grandparents. We have not seen them since before the pandemic. They don't travel. They're older. And we're finally going to be making our way over for a visit with them. So I will not be here 2 weeks from today. And that is why we're going to camp at Joshua Tree National Park on our way down. And then we got a sweet Airbnb kind of near them so we can do some visiting. And hopefully I get to see Kristen while I'm there, and one of my good girlfriends from growing up too. So I am looking forward to that for sure. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and crimp this now. So I don't know if you saw me kind of looking at the 2 loops and deciding. And then I'm going to go ahead and crimp. Good point, Thomas. Thomas says you also get to sleep in your own bedroom on TGBE nights. You don't have to worry about just being in a hotel. So true. Yeah, it's really fantastic. You know, the one really, truly amazing thing that came out of COVID, I think, is the ability to work with such amazing companies in the industry and offer something that is truly unusual, different, and special. And I'm really proud of the Great Bead Extravaganza. I'm proud to be one of the 2 that came up with the idea, me and Andrew, and I'm proud that we've been able to make it work, because I can tell you 14 different companies with 14 different owners, well, really 15 different owners, can be tricky. We all do things in different ways. We all have different kinds of companies. Some of us are manufacturers. Some of us are brick and mortar bead store owners. Some of us are online bead shops. And some of us are all the way from Hawaii, all the way over to the far eastern coast with Stars Beads. She's right on the beach on the East Coast. So it's pretty neat that we can all come together and offer such a really special event. So we're looking forward to it. We hope you are too. It will be our, how many installments is this? Our 5th one? Let's see, we had Fall Fest, we had Tucson last year, we had Spring Fling, Midsummer Market, Fall Fest again. It's our 6th installment of the Great Bead Extravaganza. So it's going to be great. You can go back and see some of the older videos from it if you want to by looking at the presentations hashtag in the Facebook group. And that'll give you kind of an idea of some of the cool stuff you're going to find. Here are my Very Peri earrings from today, using that beautiful chain from Jesse James Beads, and then these great beads and bead caps also in that same bead mix. The chain and the bead mix are together. So you buy both in one package, and then the duo is a separate purchase, but you get 10% off on the duo when you buy into these 2 beautiful colors. So that's kind of the skinny. We have a lot going on. I have to get going. I'm going to put these earrings on with this dress and see what happens. We have a lot going on. I have to design my stuff for Saturday at some point soon. Ooh, you know, a little sparkle can do a lot for you. Really, a ton. Hey, so look at this orchid behind me. Do you see how that's a real live orchid? My sweet next door neighbor brought that over for my mother while she was gone. And so she came home to it, and it was really such a treat. Very, very sweet. I live in the very best little town there possibly could be. I swear, it's just such a lovely place. Also, I got to drop off some Girl Scout cookies to, I think it was Diane here in Benicia. I didn't realize she was a bead person. I thought she had ordered through my neighbor, and I didn't realize it. And she came out and we got to chat a little bit. But that was really fantastic too. Knowing that there's some fellow bead people here in Benicia. So thank you. Let's see. Mandy says, those earrings are amazing. I need to make them ASAP. Awesome. Kim says, I'm so thankful for GBE. It's so fun to be able to enjoy the designs. So many people. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, it's a labor of love. I put a lot of time into GBE. So does Kristen. But we feel like not only do we get a lot back out of it, but our community on a whole gets a lot back out of it. And that means a lot to us because we want to see as many people beading and making and enjoying as possible. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Nancy. I see all these beautiful comments. Thank you, Anne. That means a lot. Thank you so much. You guys really picked me up today. I know it's going to be a journey, you know, when you lose somebody, it's a journey. It's hard to imagine not talking to them again. But I am very grateful that I always have all of you to spend time. I like this length on me too. And I love each and every one of you. And I hope that you're all healthy and doing well. Take good care of yourself and take good care of others around you. And if you have a family member that you haven't had a chance to call or check in on for a while because they live somewhere else, make sure you do that while you have the opportunity. You never know what might happen in life. So just a few words from me, and now I'm off. I'll see you Friday. I'll see you at preview night for GBE. I'll see you at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday, and then I'll see you again on Saturday afternoon, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Love to all of you. Have a fantastic day. And I'm just going to pull up one last time that schedule, and I'll leave that with you. Have a great day, guys. I will talk to you all soon.